Hey guys, welcome back. This is the lecture number 76 from our bootcamp series. In this lecture, we will learn how to install Bootstrap and related dependencies like Popper.js and jQuery using Yarn. Okay, so in this lecture, we will install Bootstrap 4.3, and as we know that Bootstrap 4 version is depends upon Popper.js and jQuery.js. Okay, so we need to install the required dependency as well, and the required dependencies for Bootstrap 4 is Popper.js and jQuery. So let's start installing Bootstrap and Popper and jQuery. So open your terminal now, and in the terminal you need to run the following command, that yarn add bootstrap, and mention the version of bootstrap here like at the rate 4.3.1, and we will add jQuery and popper.js. Okay, so and when you run this, you will see that these three plugins or these three node packages will be added into your project folder inside the node modules. Okay, and it will update your package.json file as well. Okay, for example, let me show you the package.json. Here you can see. Okay, right now, okay, you can see that it has Bootstrap version 4.3.1, jQuery 3.6, and Popper.js 1.16.1. Okay, now since we install Bootstrap, jQuery, and Popper.js successfully, so we need to update the environment.js inside the config webpack. So you can find that folder inside. Go to the config folder. Okay, and inside the config you can find a webpack folder, and in that webpack directory you can see the environment.js file. Okay, in this file we need to make our changes. Okay, so just come to the line number 2. Yeah, after const environment require else webpacker, you need to write const webpack require webpack. So const webpack require webpack. This will aid the webpack build system in your project. Okay, now we need to require the plugins like bootstrap, jQuery, and popper. So you need to add environment.plugins dot plugins dot append, and into that what you need to do, add provide, and then new webpack.provide plugin, webpack.provide plugin. Okay, and here let's word wrap this file first. You can see all the syntaxes. Okay, now here, as we know that dollar represents the jQuery, so we need to use jQuery like dollar colon jQuery. Okay, and then jQuery colon jQuery. Okay. Here one can ask that why I used dollar and jQuery as well. So you can represent the jQuery function by dollar and jQuery as well. So both dollar symbol and the jQuery keyword is used to represent that your code have the jQuery. Okay. Now what we need to do, that popper. We need to define popper here. Okay, and in that what you can do, popper.js, and then default. So this is what we done, that we defined, we added the webpack into our environment.js, and then we provided these plugins to our webpack. Okay, now just save this, and what you need to do as the next step is that you need to include the bootstrap css as webpack. Okay, so as we discussed already in the last lecture that if we want to serve assets using webpack, then we need to work here inside the app and javascript folder. Okay, but we do not have any javascript css folder in that, so we need to create a folder here. So we will create a directory and name this directory as css. Okay, now in that css directory, let's create our application.css file. Okay, so we will add application.scss file here. Okay, now, and in this application.scss, what we need to do, we need to import bootstrap. So let's write at the rate import and then tilde sign bootstrap and then scss bootstrap.scss. Okay, and save it. Now you can see that how I am providing this part bootstrap.scss and bootstrap.scss, that if you can see in your project directory that you will find a node modules here which is in git ignore, so this is not is clearly visible. So when you click on the node modules here, you can see the bootstrap module. Okay, let's see this. Okay, this is the bootstrap module, and in this bootstrap what we find that we imported bootstrap scss. So go to the scss folder, and from that scss we imported this file bootstrap.scss. Okay, so now we have used this scss file, and it has important other files like this badges and buttons, breadcrumbs, and so on. Okay, so this is how we imported our bootstrap.scss. Okay, now let's minimize this. And one thing we need to change in our layout, that open your layout file application.html.erb. Here you can see that style sheet link tag. Okay, so this link tag is the syntax of sprockets. Okay, so sprockets use the link tag to serve the assets, and as I told you in the last lecture that Rails just uses Webpacker to serve the JavaScript assets, but it still uses the sprockets to serve the CSS files. Okay, so now we need to change this link tag style sheet link tag to style sheet pack tag. Okay, why? Because now we will render the styles from, or we will load the styles from this javascript pack and css folder. Okay, so we need to change that. Now we change that, so just import the bootstrap css into the application.js. So how you can do that, just go write the import here, and in this import you need to import css then application.scss. So just write css and then application. Okay, this will import the css in your application. Okay, now if you want to clarify just that bootstrap css is included in your project or not, so just open the browser and you can visit any of the page from your application. Okay, since we are using serving the assets using Webpacker, so we do not need to refresh the page. But here you can see that we are seeing an error here that can't find a style sheet to import bootstrap scss bootstrap.scss. Okay, let me check. Okay, I made a mistake here that we need to add it. We need to add bootstrap.scss. Okay, now when you just save that file, and you can see that the styles of the fonts has been changed on the pages, because before that we can see the times kind of font, but now we are seeing a different font family here. And when you click on the edit, okay, we can still see there will be some form styles has been changed. It means our bootstrap css has been added to the our application. Okay, and it is working as well. So let's try to add a class inside this. So open the form partial into the student, and let's add just one class to verify that it is that the bootstrap has been installed successfully. So let's write class form control. Okay, and save this. When you save this and reload the page, okay, you can see that the form control class has been applied. It means the bootstrap css has been added successfully. Okay, but we are not done here, because we need to add import the bootstrap javascript as well into our pack.js. Okay, so open your application.js file. Okay, in application.js, what you need to do, that first you need to import jquery and make it global, and then import the bootstrap javascript in your application.js. So let's make import dollar from jquery, dollar from jquery. Oh, this type of mistake. Okay, and now just make this dollar global. So global dollar dot global dot dollar equal to jquery. Okay, if you forget this step, like adding these lines, import dollar from jquery and global dot dollar jquery, then you will get an error. Your only bootstrap styles will work, but bootstrap javascript will not work. And the reason is that you need to make jquery global, and the bootstrap 4 depends upon jquery to work. Okay, so you must do this step. Okay, now you can import your bootstrap. Okay, and when you save this, so your bootstrap javascript has been installed successfully. Okay, now in this lecture, what we targeted to use to install bootstrap, popper, and jquery using yar into our project folder, into our rails project. And then we imported the bootstrap styles, and we served the styles using webpacker, and we imported bootstrap javascript as well, and we configured the popper js inside the environment as well. Okay, now from the next lecture we will start working with bootstrap, like we will add header partial, footer partials, and then we can start converting the admin themes. Okay, so that's all from this video. So thanks for watching this, and let's meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.